take this job? And hi, this is Lindy Kaiser with ClearanceJobs.com. There might be a lot of federal employees or folks facing a layoff, very tempted to go a la Office Space and make a grand gesture on their way out of federal employment. At least that's what you're led to believe if you check out Reddit threads. Always a bad idea. Don't read those Reddit threads. Go to fedwork.net. That's the more even-keeled federal employment forum launched by ClearanceJobs. But I've seen a few threads out there, some of them wisely offering good counsel, saying, hey, we know there's a lot of folks who are unfortunately separating from federal employment, a little disgruntled about that, not always with a lot of notice, but keep in mind as a federal government worker, the way you leave really matters, and be careful about that. And again, forum's got a forum. I see a lot of terrible advice listed in that forums about what folks say they will do when they leave. If you work in the security clearance world, if you have a position of public trust up through a security clearance, I'm going to warn you very strongly that leaving well matters. Now, I'm someone who has not always, I know, believe it or not, left federal employment super happy, but I have tried to maintain the rules that you need to follow on your way out the door for the security clearance space specifically, because if you do something that violates your rules, company policies, agency policies, you could end up with a flag on your security clearance on top of any other issues. So when it comes to protecting classified information, that requirement to protect classified information exists for life. If you signed an NDA, you are beholden to that. So you are held to a higher standard. It is really important that you leave well. So don't do it because you could put your security clearance and future employment in jeopardy. And yes, you could face criminal charges if you do something really jacked up on your way out the door, if you sabotage some kind of a work device. Again, don't go Office Space. We know we want to beat that Lenovo down, man, but don't do it. So you need to take care of your materials, your supplies, turn in anything you're supposed to turn in. Again, leave well. I know it's hard, but I feel like we're in a chapter now. I think there's a lot of folks who could be boomeranging, rebounding back into other federal positions or, again, contractor positions supporting the federal government. So, again, my advice is just to make sure you leave well. And also, don't pay attention to the forums, right? But I've had several folks saying kind of the simple sabotage, right? Some weird read between the lines advice about how to disclose information or let people know what's really going on within government. Be really careful there, because I think for clearance holders, especially leaking information to the press, I've seen some chatter online about that. Folks talking about, hey, if I find out something's going on in my office, who do I report it to? You need to follow the reporting requirements in your office. Even if you think your office is jacked up now, that's the process you have to follow, again, especially if you have a security clearance. It is not a whistleblower protection to reveal information to someone who is not authorized to have it, i.e. a member of the press or a random person who seems sympathetic at the bar or wherever else. So there's been chatter, again, there's been a lot of talk about, the risk that disgruntled federal employees play. I don't want to follow down those rabbit holes too much, but I just do think it's worth advising and reminding folks. Because a big part of what we talk about at ClearanceJobs is you don't always necessarily know the requirements that you have. So this is a reminder. Your requirement to protect classified information exists for life. Your responsibility is to maintain your agency protocol sensitivities, being aware of whistleblower protections. Again, the proper ways to do that and the improper ways to do that are super important. So we have information about all of that over at ClearanceJobs. Again, check out the fedwork.net forum. A lot of folks are sharing tips, information, insights. We are here for you. We appreciate and are sympathetic to the struggles right now. But for anyone on any side of a layoff, always make sure to keep your security, ship in order on your way out the door. It's as important, if not more important, than when you're coming in the door. So again, for more on all of that and news you can use, visit us over at ClearanceJobs.com and fedwork.net.